How's everybody doing? LA Kevin, we're gonna try for number three. So with all the Would You Dare, anything extraterrestrial, supernatural, vampires, UFOs, aliens, extra-dimensional, ultra-dimensional. We talk about everything here. Conspiracy theories, one shot, one take. We're not pros. We're not trying to get paid $1 million from this, but just to be here and to share thoughts with you guys and have a space where you can come and talk about things that you can't talk about in your everyday life, which is always fun and fascinating. So forgive the gloves. I'm still on the weights. I'm trying to make this really quick, but man, I have to talk about this thing, and we touched on it before. And what's so fascinating and frustrating about it is that we've gone through this before. And I'm always concerned when AI and cloning are the principal aspects of what society is doing. Scares me as much as you can scare me as far as making prophecies come true and the decimation of human society. So I'm gonna let my good friend Linda Moulton Howe talk about it. Fair use YouTube, fair use. And the title theme is done by Clip Champs. So every time I got to go through that. So the party will start when you walk in. And now that you're here, let's begin. Let me share the screen with you guys. Okay. Always something. I know I just added up, and I still don't get it. I'm telling you, it's some weird. I don't know. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Let Linda do her thing.
July, August of 2017. In the prior year, I had been communicating with a Marine who had retired from the Marines but was working special forces. And he had been communicating to me about a number of ET related revelations, secrets that he and a team of special forces were involved with. And so he had kept in touch with me, usually through short texts, or every once in a while, he would call and say, you're tapped, I'm tapped, I'm only going to speak for, and it would be like 30 seconds or a minute, and then hang up. And I understood why, and that was what we were doing. Well, it was in August of 2017. The phone rang, I picked it up. I knew his voice. Can't stay on the line long, but I want you to know that this week, which would have been second week of August 2017, in Japan, 29 humans were killed in a laboratory that was producing militarized robots by the Japanese for warfare. And then he went on to explain what he had learned, because they're in these units, that something like that would happen, they would receive information. And he said that the story was the 4 militarized robots were being made to be autonomous warriors. And that they don't know why, but the 4 rebelled or acted autonomously, and as they acted autonomously, they killed 29 humans in this lab, and whoever was left on the human side began pulling, this is the way he said, they began pulling the robots apart. They got 2 of them completely disassembled, were working on the 3rd, and then the analysis later was what happened with the 4th. The 4th was communicating with a satellite that they were teaching these militarized robots how to communicate with the satellites to get information on missions. And that the 4th robot was now extending up to the satellite and was searching for information about how to make itself stronger to take on apparently the remaining humans. What did they do exactly to that fourth? I don't know, but I understand they took it apart. Would they ever put them back together? So now we're up to a point in August of 2017 where I'm hearing a story that is shocking, and I would say is like a warning that hits you out of the blue, that if in August of 2017, 4 militarized robots being taught to be autonomous could do that in a lab, it made Elon Musk only 2 months before, in June, at the Rhode Island Governors Association meeting. There were 33 governors from the United States, and Elon Musk was one of the invited speakers. And when they sat him down in a chair and they started asking him his perspective as being head of Tesla and SpaceX, he said, I think that the greatest problem that scares me the most is artificial intelligence. And he said statements like, people don't understand that the robots, they're not going to need sleep. They're not going to need sick days. They're going to be able to do everything better, faster, more efficiently, and smarter than humans. And then he went on and he said, I am convinced that artificial intelligence right now is an existential threat to this planet.
Let me stop that. Let me stop that. Let me pause it. Let me stop that real quick. Okay, so that part there, that part, you got to think, man. That's intense, man. Like, I don't think people really understand exactly how devastating something like this could be. And this was 2017, you guys. This was 2017. This is what 2017. What 8 years ago? And Elon Musk's talking that smack then, but it seems like he's on board with a lot of it now. But if you need more footage and more proof of what possibly could go down while we're messing around with stuff like this, let me share with you this. And fair use YouTube.
Going rogue. The short clip features a humanoid robot malfunctioning, flailing its appendages wildly, and getting almost too close for comfort to 2 humans working on it. The robot is believed to be a unitree humans, taking the stairs, and pulling. Stands 5.9 feet tall and weighs 104 pounds. That makes it the size of a full-grown person, but what's scary is that it can muster up a substantial joint torque of 360 Newton meters for lifting heavy objects. With its arms and legs swinging at high speed, the robot could seriously injure people nearby. But is this really a terrifying scene from Terminator in real life? Maybe not. There's a bit of context and a technical explanation floating around, but I haven't yet heard back from Unitree officially confirming any of it. Still, it's worth thinking about, so here's what you're possibly looking at in the clip, which seems to have first been posted on Reddit last week. A YouTube channel called Chris Wabs posited that this clip is from a public event where Unitree was set to demonstrate the H1's capabilities. However, you'll notice that the robot was tethered by its head to a stand when it was powered on. This could have affected its balance and sense of orientation.
Sure.
As such, it's possible the robot may have perceived itself to be falling, and responded with dramatic corrective movements. That's what might have looked like violent flailing. It's also possible the humans working nearby ran a program on the robot that didn't execute as expected. The video is certainly unsettling, but that may have a lot to do with the lack of context in which we saw this incident occur. And hey, if a robot can get disoriented just by being made to feel like it's off balance, maybe we don't have to worry about metal and AI overlords taking over the planet right away. A previous clip from February, the authenticity of which I haven't been able to verify, appeared to show a Unitree humanoid at a festival seeming to attack or intimidate attendees, before being restrained by security staff. This one is scary too, but it also raises a question: how do you de-escalate a dangerous encounter with a robot?
Now make this make sense. Make it make sense. Make that make sense. You can't. You're probably so that's where it gets complicated, right? That's when you start saying to yourself, what in the it's like what? Like really what? So that's what we try. I'm telling you, that alone is frustrating to say the least. And again, I'm just simply saying there's a lot of confusion. To me, that's a lot of confusion to me. To me, that's a lot of confusion. And again, every time it's funny how let me pause this for a second. This is just so funny to me. Not funny, haha, but it's funny to me that every time they have an excuse or they have a reason as to why something's happening, why they lose control of something. Come on, man. You're messing with too much stuff. You're messing with cloning, you're messing with AI. And why are they doing this? Okay, with the AI, I have a theory. You guys could rock with me on this. Again, just sharing thoughts. Maybe they're trying to, with all the alien stuff that's popping off and aliens that are coming off, they said they try to militarize it, right? And that was in 2017. And they were killing people. You think about that. What are they trying to use this for? And again, I just did a cartoon about when the government mixes nanotechnology with sorcery and other things, right? These are the things that I work on. These are some of the stories that I write about. And again, you guys are sleeping on some great work, some great stuff, right? So maybe they're using this AI to combat what they perceive as a threat. Let's just say, I'm just throwing stuff out here. Let's just say to go out and hunt and take care of the rogue Bigfoots or Sasquatch or Dogman or any cryptid that's out there that they don't want humans to necessarily have to deal with and lose life, right? Now let's take a bigger level. Aliens. To fight and combat aliens that they're seeing all over the place because of the disclosure information. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's what they're building them for. We don't know. I'm just throwing out a possibility of what could possibly be, right? This is not something that you can take off the table. Something's going on. The only thing with the alien aspect would be their technology would be so far ahead of us, they could probably just shut our stuff down, as they did the nuclear bases that were capable, and actually turned them back on at some point, from what I understand, and tried to give them a launch sequence to where they were going to launch, and gave us, what is it, DEFCON 3? To where we thought we were going to have to go into World War III because the aliens had went over the nuclear bases in Montana. So all of this stuff, there's got to be some truth to this, all right? But let me share with you what you guys are sleeping on as far as what I'm doing. I'm just putting out good work, and this is just part one. So I'm going to share with you the battle for Stonehenge, right? Let me share with you these. Let me share with you guys this. This is my work and what we worked on, what I worked on. understanding all the buffering. Because it's definitely landlined in, and I don't understand that. Let's see if this helps. This is what you guys asked for. And let it do its thing. It's fast. And extremely powerful and good. Talking to him with the he's running and grabbing. He didn't even see it coming. He means the gem of destiny, which is the blue orb. You have the gem of chaos. And this is from my Destiny versus Chaos series. You guys requested this, so I got on it and decided to put this out there again. That's why I stay so busy. That's why I haven't been posting anything other than quick fitness videos and stuff. Let me pause it for a second. All right, so there you have it. again, I'm constantly trying to make sure that I give you guys exactly what you asked for, and I appreciate you guys for staying in here and sticking and staying with me, right? But on top of that, you guys are sleeping on my latest novel, Run Downtown. Great story. I'm telling you, man. This is from Would You Dare. We have like 23 more stories that we're going to get out there and we're going to share. This book is doing very well. But I really would appreciate if you guys got the word out, shared it, hit the like button. And this is the comic book that cartoon just came from, that you guys just witnessed. This is that work. So again, putting in a tremendous amount of work, making sure that we do what we got to do for you guys, and making sure that I keep giving you guys quality work so that you understand my vision and my dream. Because again, I want to bring back Saturday morning cartoons and things like that. Because we had the good stuff when we were coming up. We don't have it so much, not so much anymore. So, question to you guys though: how would you dare want to be caught in any of those facilities? One was China, and one was Japan, where the robots are in Japan killed 29 humans allegedly, right? And then the China video, from them being in China, you saw the robot going haywire. Okay. Think about it. And they talked about how strong these things are. If you ever seen that movie I, Robot, there it is. We're being warned as a society not to do certain things, not to take certain liberties. Just because we can do a thing doesn't mean we should do a thing. If you're trying to weaponize stuff, that's always a bad thing. And then you think about the cloning aspect too. But would you dare want to be caught in a facility like that? 29 people getting killed, and then this thing try to uplink to a satellite to figure out how to continue its slaughter of the humans. Sounds like Skynet, sounds like Terminator, sounds like every bad dream you've ever seen and every that you've ever had. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out here. It's really crazy. It's really spooky. But you guys, please don't sleep on my good work, man. And part 2 of the Battle for Stonehenge is coming out. We just finished that up. And this is Run Downtown from Would You Dare, right? It's always in the subtitle. So you guys get a copy of this book. It's doing very well. It's an incredible story. I'm telling you, I would say some of the best work I've done. Grab a hold of it. And in closing, okay? You guys know how we do in closing. Let me. Every time, it's funny, man. Every time, like I said, every time you're trying to get that good stuff out there, you try to promote good quality stuff. Again, it's just weird, man, how you run into so many issues. I mean, issues that you weren't running into before, but all of a sudden you start running into them as soon as you start live streaming and talking about the good stuff. It's the good stuff that gets you, okay? So, in closing, you guys, make sure you check the dark recesses of your home. You check the dark closets. You check if you have to work in the wee hours of the night, went to the wee hours of the morning. Make sure you check under your car, underneath your car, check around your car, because you never know what's lurking in the dark, waiting to make you a story. And this has been L.A. Kendrick with another Telephone Vault. Would You Dare? Like, share, and subscribe. Pass information on, you guys. And until next time, you guys be safe.